Hi everybody, it's Diana. I got a swap card at convention by Cindy Baughman, and I just had to do it, so I showed it on my blog the other day, and I got a lot of great comments about it, so thank you for swapping with me, Cindy. And I wanted to show you how cute and how easy it is to do the card. So first off, let's see, these are the shapes that you're going to need, and for the surfboard, I just used my favorite thing to use is the grid sheet. The grid sheet is your friend. So I just pencil marked, the shape of the surfboard that I wanted and cut it out. And then all I had to do was trace it on the paper. So it's just traced out like that. Then you're going to need a piece of basic black, and it's 5.5 by 3/4 of an inch. Then for the sand, I used a 5" by 2" piece. And then the other pieces you're going to need is in the Watermelon Wonder is a 1/2" circle punch. And the Cool Cucumber, make sure I'm saying it right. No, it's actually Cucumber Crush. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Cucumber Crush is the 3/4 of an inch. And then Daffodil Delight is 1 3/8 inch. And then you'll also need another 1 3/8 inch, and that's Marina Mist. And then you need from the Itty Bitty Accents Punch, it's a star. I just did another little Watermelon Wonder. And then you'll need a 2" Bermuda Bay, and that is what goes underneath here after your greeting, because your greeting is actually punched with the 1 3/4 inch punch. I didn't put on here because it would be white, it would be hard to see. But I'll show you that when I get putting the card together. So let me move this out of the way so I can get started. So I have all my lovely little pieces here. So this is just a regular card. Now I scored it and cut it just like you would a regular card base, but what I did was I cut 1/4 of an inch off of it. So instead of it being 5.5 by 4 1/4, it's actually 5 1/4, because otherwise I liked that the surfboard stuck above the card, and then it won't fit in the envelope if you don't cut your card base down. So that's why you're going to do that. So don't forget, if you're just going to have it, you're going to hand it to somebody with a gift or whatever, you wouldn't have to worry about it. But if you're going to mail it, just keep that in mind. So let's start to assemble our surfboard. So after you cut out the little surfboard with the Cucumber Crush, got to get that name right, that new in color, I'm just going to sponge a little bit on the edges, like that. And you don't need to do the bottom because it's going to get covered up with the sand. So then, now, remember I told you about the grid sheet. I love the grid sheet, so I'm going to put that tip on the top right there, so that when I glue my little black strip, get that started, see if it gets caught. You just have to forward it with your little finger. Come on, baby. Well, there it is. So just follow that. Then, so by following that point, and it's straight on the bottom, then I'm going to eyeball so it's even up here. And that way it should be even on the bottom, like that. So see, it already looks like a surfboard. Then flip it over, and then you're just going to trim off the little bit of black pieces that overhang, like that. If you don't want it to be pointy, you could soften that a little bit if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it as is. So now I'm going to take my glue dots. I'm going to stick a bunch of things to my glue dots here. So now I have the 1/2" circle, and I'm going to put that on the glue dot, and that's going to go right here on the surfboard. Why? Because that's how Cindy did it. So I'm doing it just like she did. I'm not even going to change it. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to put this on the card. So you can pop it up if you want. If you're going to mail it, don't put too many things popping out if you're going to have it be mailed. Or you're just going to have to, maybe put a couple extra postage stamps on the envelope if you do. All right, so now I'm going to bring my card over here, peel off all the little dimensional backings that are all over your house if you're like me, on the dog's nose and all that kind of stuff. Also, the great thing about the grid sheet is you have a center mark up here. See that 0? So if you put your card up here, hopefully you can see. So I'm going to have this mark be the same thing by that 2 as that 2, and then you know that this is your center line. Did you know that? Well, now you do. So then you'll know like that is your center. So it's going to be the center of your card. Then you have to have some sand on it, right? So this is just that piece that was 5 by 2. And then I'm just going to tear it like that, just as sand. Then I'm going to sponge it. And I'm going to stamp it with Crumb Cake with Gorgeous Grunge. If you don't have Gorgeous Grunge, you need to get Gorgeous Grunge. Now the magic of not television, but video. So there's my sand already done. So, but now what I did was, I'm putting my dimensionals on the card because it was easier than putting it on the sand and then have it being in the wrong spot. But what I also want to do is, so what you want to do is like, see if you go like this, looks not too bad. But if you want it to have a little extra lift, especially if you're just handing it out, or maybe somebody's a surfer at work and you're just going to put this on their desk and you're not going to mail it, I would stack 2 dimensionals together. So what that does is it gives you extra dimension so that the sand is really in front of the surfboard instead of resting on the surfboard. So then this is just going to go on here like that. So then you could stick something back here if you wanted, because there is actual space between the 2. All right, then flatten that out. Let's make the ball. So the ball is the 1 3/8 Daffodil and the 1 3/8 Marina. And you're just going to trim a little bit off of your Marina like that and put a little bit of your adhesive. You could put a little bit more if you wanted. And then that's going to go on the bottom of the ball like that. Then you have your 3/4 inch circle and your star. And then pop your star onto your circle. And then take your circle with the star and put it on the ball. Now, isn't that the cutest little ball that you've ever seen? All right, and again, I'm going to just pretend I'm giving this card to somebody. I'm not going to mail it. So I am going to put a couple dimensionals on there and pop that up. Let's see, pop him up like this. So now he's sticking there. Now the greeting I used for this one, because we're going to hope this guy's going to surf and win and all that kind of stuff. So his good things are going to happen. Let's see, and the 1 3/4 inch circle. So we're just going to pop that out. And this uses the Whisper White, the thick Whisper White. Oh, and I love it. I mean, it punches really good too, because it's got a little bit of a heft to it. All right, then I'm going to glue this greeting on to the 2-inch circle like that. And I'm going to put a couple more dimensionals like that. See how cute this card is coming? Come together really quick. So what I would do if I would make a bunch, and believe me, let's see on my desk here, I have a whole bunch of surfboards. So I've been busy making a bunch of these cards. So just do it in assembly line. Get your surfboards done, get your balls done, and then just all put it together. All right, so here we go. We're going to put the little greeting on the card like that. Oh, I love it. And that's your card. Isn't that cute? So it is a little bit different. So this is the original one. So see, it's a little bit shorter, but it allows you to put it in an envelope. This one won't fit in an envelope unless you put it in like a larger envelope. So that's why you want to trim your card down before you put it together. But really, no one would even really know it. All right, so that's it for now. If you want to see anything in in particular, let me know. Send a little email to me, talk to me on my blog or whatever, and say, hey, I wish you would show whatever, and I'll get that done. So hopefully you'll make some of these cards for your friends, and they will just love them as much as I do. Thanks again to Cindy for the idea. I'll talk to you later. Bye.